And now, let us welcome one dedicated business mentor, motivational speaker, online presence maven by the name Magdalene Kamau, based in Mombasa, Kenya. If you have missed the previous messages, please check www.findwealth.me. Welcome on board.
Hey, once again, guess what? I'm back. And this time, I want not just to talk about the online jobs, but I want to emphasize on something. I know you're excited about starting, and I know you've just created your first account, and I hope it was Upwork. It's a bit tedious to get through Upwork, but it's one of the best sites that you can actually get an online job. Now, the one thing that I'm excited about talking to you today is about the real part. Now that you have created an account, what next? The what next is for you to start looking for the jobs. So you've indicated what you really want, and now here we are. What shall we do? The one thing I want us to do is to start bidding for work or start looking for work. Now, if you have created the Upwork account and you've gone through, if you ask me to help you, I'm sure we've already gone through that. It's awesome just finishing the whole account and getting an 80% filled profile. Now, all that you need to do if you're already at 80% is start taking tests. You ready? Good. Now, let's start looking for jobs. I want you to click on the find work and go down and on the menu that will come, I want you to indicate the kind of work that you want to do. Now, in that menu, I want you to pick out the one thing. Maybe you want to do simple work like data entry, which means you want to read from an article and then fill in the information into another one. Maybe you're collecting data and filling it into an Excel worksheet. That's awesome. That should not be so hard, and that's going to earn you some quick bucks, you know? It's going to be so fun. But now, how do you get there? You must be wondering, what is she talking about? How will I get that kind of job? Now, once you have searched for the work, the next thing that I want you to do is to start looking through the whole list. Now, look at the whole list that I got here on data entry. What I want you to do is to read through each one of those jobs and look for the one that really, really suits you. I know there's not going to be a perfect job. At the beginning, there's never, ever a perfect job. But I want you to be so daring. You know, for you to even apply for an ordinary job, a physical job where you go to work from 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, you actually got to be so daring. So the first thing I want you to do is to have that courage. The first thing I want you to do is to have the courage to find out what this job is all about. So I want you to enlarge. I want you to go deep or click on the link and read what this job is all about and go through the entire instruction. Some people do not give so many instructions and others do. So what I'm interested in you doing is for you to go ahead and study what is written there. If you don't like or if you're feeling so scared, remind yourself, everyone is always scared at the first time. So because you're so scared, I'll dare you. You're not an expert, and neither was I when I started. So what I want you to do is to scroll down and start writing your proposal. I know that's so super scary because confidence tends to walk away from you at that point. But you know, when you hold back, when you don't start applying for jobs right now, when will you? When do you want to start? Is it the eagerness for excellence that is killing you, making you feel, you know, I'm not good enough? Eagerness for excellence, fear of failure, those two will kill you so fast in every field you try to go into. So I'm warning you ahead of time, do not wait to be excellent to start working. I want you to go ahead and read and start applying. And what will you say? Just simply say who you are. I'm a professional article writer, enthusiastic about writing articles that will draw audience into your website or into your social media page. That's what you need to say. There's nothing bigger than that. To be very honest, there's not going to come a day that you write something so super awesome that the person about to give you the job, they'll go like, whoa. No, they've seen so many messed up, screwed up applications, but they still give out jobs. So I don't want you to write something shoddy. I want you to write knowing that you're looking for, you're competing with maybe another 50 people. So give it your best shot and write something in that space where you're supposed to write your proposal. Now, if you're doing a crossover gig, like I love doing those ones, if you're doing a crossover gig, remember to look at the script that they have given you. If there's that script, what I want you to do is to take the first few lines and record it using your cell phone. You know, I know you have a smartphone. So do use that smartphone, or if you do not have that, if you're using Windows 10, then there's already a voice recorder in that computer. So what I want you to do is to read out the first few lines, and that's going to be your sample. I know I'm giving you the cheat sheets of this thing. I know that's how it works. And then if you do not have enough of those, just try something. For a voiceover, you should be able to give something of around 20 seconds. Now, if it's a blog, if you're writing an article, I really hope you took my my advice earlier when I said create a free blog. Go to blogspot.com, go to wordpress.com and create a free blog or free website and start writing. Do not wait for the opportunity when you're asked for an article and that's when you start running around. That's not the way things are done. You're going to look for ways to make yourself pre-qualified. So now that you have attached that file and you've written your proposal and stated what you were, who you are, and then you need to make sure that if the job does not state that it is a fixed price job, please remember to state how much you're going to charge. Now you must be wondering, okay, for a 500-word article, what am I going to charge? Look, you're a beginner, right? Why don't you start with something as low as $4? $4 in Kenya shillings, we're talking of slightly over 400 shillings. Come on, for all the compositions you've written, when was the last time you were paid? Come on, let's be honest. You were never paid for any composition. In fact, you were canned when you failed. So all I'm asking you to do is to put a price on it. But come on, why would you want to charge $4 unless it's a fixed price? If it's not a fixed price, why don't you try and push it a bit higher? You know what? For the first time when I started, I remember putting my per hour price at $12.50. And that must look like, oh, you're overdoing it. And I thought, you know what? If I don't do it, someone will undervalue me. I said, I know my worth. I've been writing like forever. Not for online articles. I've only done online articles just a few times. Well, now I've written quite a bit of time. But by the time I was starting, I just completed one big contract that required me to write 3 articles for a very big newspaper here in Kenya. I'd done 3 articles every 3 weeks. And that was for the month of May, which means that for the entire May, I did 9 articles. Now, I might be sitting, I actually sat there and told myself that maybe I'm not worth. But then I wondered, why would a big newspaper give me an opportunity to write and they put all my 9 articles online? Every time I submitted, they never sent them back. They never asked me to redo. And I know that they were good because they were good. And whenever I forwarded to my friends to read, when I sent them the links, they were excited about it. So I want you to do the same thing. I want you to be so courageous. I want you to be crazy about what you're about to do. And go ahead and do the application and the proposal bit and attach is exactly what I've told you to do. Attach the sample work and then click on submit and stop overthinking. Don't even overthink. It's not worth it. Just let it go. Let it go. I mean, you're going to make so many mistakes, but you know what? Anytime you're trying to save yourself from making mistakes, that's when you make the bigger mistakes. So don't even lie to yourself. Don't pull yourself around. Go ahead and click on submit and let it go. I know there are those jobs that are going to be fixed at maybe at $150 or $100. And in that case, if you're doing Upwork is going to like bring you another warning there and tell you about, some regulations about escrow, their way of payment, the issues of solving disputes. They have all that. So let me tell you what. If you can go ahead and do the application, that's going to be one good thing. But what you should never ever do, once you've applied, please do not give an email address to whoever you've applied to. Just let everything remain within the website. You're doing it in Fiverr, you're doing it in Upwork, just do it within the website. Do not try to take the work outside because that's how many of us have been conned. I know you're thinking like, how does that happen? The person will tell you like, you know what? Just let me do the work and I'll send you the money off so that we are not deducted by the website. The website has to make a bit of money, This also belongs to someone else. So the minute you accept submitting the work any other way except through the website, my friend, you're roasted. You're roasted. You're going to lose that money. So listen to me and listen to me carefully. Once you've clicked on submit, now wait for the messages to come through and communicate only through the website. But don't just do one. Don't do only one bidding. Don't do only one proposal. Go on and find another job and apply. You know what? When I started, I told myself I'll be bidding like 3-4 times in a day. So I'd wake up at 5 o'clock at 3 o'clock, but then by 5 o'clock, when I've finished most of my work, from 5 o'clock to around 7, I'd look for jobs in one site at a day. So if today is Upwork's day, I'll look for Upwork jobs. If tomorrow is Fiverr's day, I go to Fiverr and look for the job. It's the same thing I'm asking you to do. Don't do it once. Go on and look for more and more and more jobs. Now, I wouldn't advise that you go and sign up to 20 different sites. That's insane. To be very honest, that's insane. I'm doing only 4 websites, and let me tell you what, it's overwhelming. So why don't you start with 2 or 3? And then when you've done the 2 or 3 websites, when you see that things are working out, you make the decision whether you want to add or not. But the idea of signing up in 20 different websites, be honest, when we look at that time, just don't slow down, don't lose the confidence, sit there, face your fears, and go on and apply. Don't wait to be excellent. It never happens. And when you apply for the first job, even though you're not given a response, don't cry over it. Move on. How many times has your application been denied? How many times did you go and ask for a job and your best friend was picked up and you were left there? I mean, think of Jack Ma. Out of 24 people who applied, who appeared for an interview, he was the only one who was rejected. I'm talking of the Alibaba guy. I mean, how low can it possibly go? Your case is not going to be so new. Whatever you're going to go through, we've already gone through it. So take courage. Be nice. This is Magdalene Kamau talking to you from Fine Wealth. I hope you have really benefited from the Ajira Digital training. And I hope you've taken your time to go to SwahiliPot Hub to actually get, if you're in Mombasa, to go and register to become a member so that you can enjoy the very high-speed free internet. Now, please don't tell me that you cannot do that. Because I know Telecoms was giving free SIM cards for the Ajira Digital training. But if you never benefited from all that, come on. I know you can spare a few more coins to get the bundles. So, for now, I'm going to say bye. I hope we can speak about this sometime soon. And I hope by then you'll be showing me the dollars. Bye.